Hi, this is Yin, and this is the Reflect video of my archive objects and folio to Yin CPS. At the very beginning, I also thought about doing some long animation or illustrations that all the contents are integrated. However, I want to try something I haven't done before. During the long period of digital work, making physical artwork is not only relaxing but also inspiring in the process. So I decided to make a physical interactive pop-up book. I need to use A5 size paper to summarize what I did in the corresponding week, which is also practicing my summarizing skill. Even if the finished product doesn't turn out the way I want it to, it is still a worthwhile experience. Dioramas are not uncommon, and there are many authors who have taught this medium. Various ingenious mechanisms and finished products have also been made. The French author Mathilde Arnaud using ingenious paper mechanism and materials to make lively image of cats is pretty impressive. I would like to design my pop-up book based on the principle of her mechanism. When creating the inner page, I try to simplify the contents, while also considering adding the elements that can be interacted with. For example, in week 3, the reader can take the flower refill pen from the pen holder, and in week 8, the reader can open the door in the back area to make the monster appear. This kind of interactive contents might allow readers to experience what I tried to say when I create these things as well. Some of the interactive elements allow audience to scan and watch my animation work through AR application named Overlay. For the themes of week 1 observation, I was made a window shape of face wind chime. I made a smaller one in my books. You can see different faces through the window and also a recorder, me, who is writing her note, so I made a tiny work on it. For the themes of week 2 tinkering, I was make a body head that oil clay made the head and drawing the animation in Photoshop. In my artwork, I made an environment for this spider, and the head becomes the spider's nest. The thread represents spider silk, and the young spider can be scanned by AR apps to see the original animation. Week 3 was more about physicalizing the flower-made vase and a pan-shaped vase with flower refilled, which I draw for the themes of found object. This is also interactive. Maybe it will give reader a sense of my design journey. My favorite part of making this book is the page in week 4. I had previously printed and then collaged the scenes directly from paper, but it turned out very poorly in my opinion, so I remake it. Instead of using a printer, I just cut off shade from different color of cardstock and paste them one layer at a time, starting with the background. There are a lot of glue marks on the final product, but I'm still happy with the result. I also remade a version for week 5. Originally, I drew my own material with watercolor and then collaged it, but then I felt it's too poorly done, so I chose to do it the same way as week 4, cut and paste it from solid color cardstock. Inside the umbrella, I also had some small decks to represent the perching and playing on the umbrella. Readers can also find frogs and kittens inside. I originally designed to be scanned after placing the frog on the image beside, then make the full comic jump out in AR apps. But the software seems smarter than I thought. In response to the theme of time, I made the animation named Tiny Sheet of Lives using Photoshop to illustrate and Driven Harmony to animate. By making this animation, I showed that time could work and median which recorded all the state of individuals, and time is no longer an unmanageable concept. The character can choose different stages of her cat's life in time to avoid losing it. This is somewhat similar to the concept of high dimensions. When people have disabilities, they might fall more into a self-centered state, or in other words, real-world lament about longevity might become meaningless. The cosmos from Nova shows that the past, the present, and the future might all exist in a relatively long distance, and time is linked with space. This documentary film puts the audience outside of time and space to explain this theory, with using the breath slide to analogize this model, and above of those inspire me a lot. In Archive Object, I built these scenes on paper. Additionally, readers can able to interact with it. They could choose the state from the shelf. In response to the scene of character, environment, and action, I created a short animation by using Photoshop, Driven Harmony, and AE. By this animation, I showed that monster who only live in the dark environment wants to make friends with human. I would appear with human, turn off the light, and keep chasing them. Characters that only appear under certain conditions make the interaction between characters more purposeful and interesting. Fantasies about creatures living in the dark is a very common topic of conversations. I'm inspired by the work from T. How it feels turn off the light, whose work explores these scenes by recording the chasing scenes when someone turns off the light. Similar design also appeared in Backrooms, Smiler, and the Bacons. in Laser Company. To match the plot of my animation, I made a mechanism that readers can open the door to make the scenes complete, so the little monster could play Uno with the character after reader interact with the door. In response to the theme of falls, I made a short solid color pixel art animation with 4 scenes combination by using Spread and AE, with the contrast of no line using pixel brush or square block and one color only. I extracted the representative color block and shape and sound from different animals and animated them in one solid color background. It gives me more freedom to design animation content under certain constraints. Similar work has been produced by Kai Kai. Her character design for Atman animation explores these things by constructing elements to avocado and based on avocado's shape, freshness, and size to design characters with obvious characteristics. Most concept artists in game industry will do similar progress, limit the body shape, and change the costume design. In my pop-up book, I print out each frame and made it into something like a flipbook, then put them into matching pockets like the constraint I got. This was my first go at physical pop-up book, and many of the tutorials were learned temporarily. There are many flaws in this finished product, and I was trying to make a better version, but my personal ability is limited to make a perfect piece in a short period of time. However, the process of making it made me reflect on the strengths and the weakness of my past works, and at the same time made me deeply interested in the paper artwork, how to express enough beauty content in a limited number of images, how to utilize the material of paper and the shadows and the layers to create artwork. This pop-up book is definitely a bridge to expanding more ways of making art that I will use in the future. It's also worth mentioning that when looking up information on making dioramas, I found a lot of paper-based device artists, and their achievement opened my eyes quite a bit. For me, a lot to learn and a lot to play with. Thank you for watching.